Dear students, yesterday we have completed two preparation methods of amines. Today we continue the preparation as well as properties of amines. So last class we completed the reduction of nitro compounds as well as nitriles. How to prepare amines from the reduction of cyanides, isocyanides as well as nitro compounds. Now this is third method. So using the amides, how to prepare amines? And we know that amide is a derivative of carboxylic acid. So using the reducing agent lithium aluminum hydride, we are going to reduce amides. So the amide will be reduced using the lithium aluminum hydride. We get a primary amine. Next, Hofmann's degradation reaction. In the last lesson we completed this. So we studied the properties of amides. This Hofmann's degradation reaction is one of the properties of amides. So when bromine is passed with amide in the presence of potassium hydroxide, we get a primary amine with the liberation of potassium carbonate, potassium bromide and water. Third one, I repeated public 3 more question. Write a note on Gabriel phthalimide synthesis. So using the alkyl halides, we are going to prepare amine. This Gabriel phthalimide synthesis is useful to prepare primary amines. So the reactant is phthalimide. So the phthalimide is added with alcoholic potassium hydroxide. Now there is a liberation of water molecule. Okay, hydrogen from phthalimide and the hydroxide ion from the potassium hydroxide will leave us water molecule, remaining we get a salt. So this is potassium phthalimide. Salt is obtained. With potassium phthalimide we add alkyl halide. Now the reaction is nucleophilic substitution, bimolecular reaction. We get alkyl substituted phthalimide. So this is N-alkyl phthalimide. Then this is hydrolyzed using potassium hydroxide. Aqueous potassium hydroxide is used for hydrolysis of N-alkyl phthalimide. We get primary amine with the liberation of potassium phthalate. So here just change this as potassium phthalate. So now here OK will come, right? So potassium phthalate with the liberation of primary amine will be formed. So this is called Gabriel phthalimide synthesis. Gabriel is the name of the scientist. Next, ammonolysis process, addition of ammonia with the alkyl halide. So when alkyl halide and ammonia is heated, there is a liberation of a hydrogen bromide. A hydrogen from ammonia and the bromide from methyl bromide will leave us a hydrogen bromide. So we get a primary amine. Methylamine is formed. Next, the formed methylamine will act as a nucleophile. So nucleophile will have the pair of electron or a negative charge. So the methylamine will act as a nucleophile which will combine with the one more alkyl halide. So now in this alkyl halide, bromine will have a negative charge, Br minus, and the methyl group will have a positive charge like a carbocation. So this primary amine, methylamine, will act as a nucleophile. So this will attack CH3 group of alkyl halide. So it forms a secondary amine. So addition of alkyl halide with primary amine will give you secondary amine. It's called a dimethylamine. Okay. Then dimethylamine will combine with one more molecule of alkyl halide. The same nucleophilic substitution reaction will be there. So we get tertiary amine, trimethylamine. Further addition with one more alkyl halide molecule, we get a salt. So this is called quaternary ammonium bromide salt. So first ammonia is passed with alkyl halide. It forms primary amine. Primary amine combines with alkyl halide. It produces a secondary, tertiary as well as a salt. So this is a sequential reaction. We get finally quaternary ammonium salt. Then what about order of reactivity of alkyl halide with amine? With amines, first alkyl chloride will have a reactivity, but the reactivity is a lower one. Comparing the alkyl chloride, alkyl bromide will have more reactivity with amines. Comparing alkyl bromide, alkyl iodide has more reactivity towards amine. Next one, reaction of alkyl halide with sodium azide, NaN3, it's called a sodium azide, which is added with methyl bromide. We get intermediate methyl azide, CH3N3 is called a methyl azide, which is reduced using lithium aluminum hydride. So azide is reduced into amine. We get methylamine with the liberation of nitrogen gas. Next, preparation of aromatic amine. The simplest example of aromatic amine is aniline. Aniline is the example for aromatic amine, which can be prepared from chlorobenzene. So ammonia is passed with chlorobenzene at 200 degrees Celsius in the presence of copper 1 oxide or cuprous oxide. We get aniline. Next, take alcohol. So we do ammonolysis process, addition of ammonia with alcohol. So we pass both the gases, alcohol as well as ammonia. Both these two gaseous molecules are passed over alumina. There is a liberation of water molecule. Okay. Hydrogen from ammonia and OH from alcohol will leave us water molecule. So remaining we get primary amine, C2H5NH2. This is called ethylamine. Then further reaction with one more alcohol molecule, the formed primary amine will combine with alcohol. There is a liberation of one more water molecule, one hydrogen from amino group and OH from alcoholic group will leave us water molecule. Next we get secondary amine, diethylamine. The reaction of diethylamine with alcohol will produce triethylamine. A tertiary amine is formed, the liberation of water molecule. So this ammonolysis process will provide primary, secondary as well as tertiary amine. Next, organic compound, that aromatic alcohol phenol can be added with ammonia. So this is also ammonolysis process. So phenol and ammonia are combining in the presence of anhydrous zinc chloride at 300 degrees Celsius. We get aromatic amine, aniline. So from alcohol we can get amine by ammonolysis process. So with this preparation of aliphatic as well as aromatic amines over, next we move into the properties, physical as well as chemical properties. Physical properties of amines. First one, what is the physical state? They are present in what physical state, as well as what is the odor of amines, smell or odor of amines. The lower members are generally colorless gaseous molecules. For example, methylamine or ethylamine. So these two members containing one carbon atoms or two carbon atoms, they are generally present in the form of colorless gases. When we take higher members, for example, amine with 4 carbon atoms or more than 4 carbon atoms, means they are present in the form of liquids. So the lower members are having ammonia like odor, smell. The higher members containing 4 or more carbon atoms will have fish like odor. So this is about aliphatic amines. When we take aromatic amines like aniline or benzylamine, they are colorless liquids, but these amines are exposed to air, they will become colored one. So due to oxidation of aromatic amines, the colorless amine will become a colored substance. So this is the physical state and the smell of aliphatic as well as aromatic amines. Next one, boiling point. Generally amines are having more boiling point. This is due to intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So we have already explained what is intermolecular hydrogen bonding. When you take two molecules, in between the molecules a hydrogen bond will exist. So in the picture there are 3 molecules. This is belonging to what type of amine? Primary, secondary or tertiary? This is primary amine, or NH2 represents primary amine. So in the first molecule, hydrogen is least electronegative. So take second molecule, more electronegative atom is hydrogen. So always a force of attraction exists between the more electronegative heteroatoms and the least electronegative hydrogen. So this is called the hydrogen bonding. Force of attraction between the more electronegative heteroatom like nitrogen, oxygen, and the least electronegative atom like hydrogen. The bond or the force of attraction is called the hydrogen bond. So in between the two molecules, hydrogen bond exists. So this is called intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So the same way between the second and the third molecule of primary amine, intermolecular hydrogen bond exists, so that they are having high boiling point. Next, what is the order of boiling point of amine? So we have primary, secondary as well as tertiary amine. This is one more question. What is the order of boiling point of amines? Comparing tertiary amine, secondary amine has more boiling point. Comparing secondary amine, primary amine has more boiling point. So the intermolecular hydrogen bonding will not exist in tertiary amine. Okay. So one more question. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding will not exist in tertiary amine because it does not have a hydrogen. For hydrogen bonding, a molecule should have more electronegative atom like nitrogen and the least electronegative hydrogen. So for intermolecular hydrogen bonding, the hydrogen is essential. So the tertiary amine has no hydrogen atom. So intermolecular hydrogen bonding will not exist. So that this has least boiling point. But intermolecular hydrogen bonding will exist in primary as well as secondary amine. So this is the order of boiling point of amine. Next, we can compare the boiling point of amine with alcohol, which will have more boiling point, which will have less boiling point. We take 5 examples, right? This is primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine. This is alcohol and alkane. We take these 5 compounds containing approximately equal molecular mass. We can observe the molecular mass, approximately equal molecular mass, so that we compare all these 5 compounds. So when we compare the boiling point of all these 5 compounds with approximately having molecular mass, equal molecular mass, which has least boiling point, alkane. So alkane has no intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So due to the absence of intermolecular hydrogen bonding, alkane has low boiling point. Then alcohol has intermolecular hydrogen bonding, but this will be a predominant one. So this has more boiling point. So comparing amines, we compare the amines, alcohol has more boiling point because hydrogen bonding will be a stronger one, because oxygen is a more electronegative atom than the nitrogen. In amine we have a heteroatom nitrogen, in alcohol we have the heteroatom oxygen. Comparing nitrogen, oxygen has more electronegativity, so hydrogen bonding will be a stronger bond in alcohol than amines, so that you can compare the amines with alcohol. For amines the values are 321, 308, 277. Comparing all the 3 values, alcohol boiling point value will be more, 355, because the intermolecular hydrogen bonding in alcohol will be a stronger bond due to more electronegativity of oxygen. But in amine, nitrogen having low electronegativity, so the hydrogen bonding strength will be somewhat weaker. And we can follow the same order. Comparing the tertiary, secondary amine will have more boiling point, so that 308. Tertiary amine has 277. Comparing that, secondary amine will have more boiling point, 308. Then comparing secondary, primary amine will have more boiling point, 321. So this tabular column explains the comparison of boiling point of amine with the alcohol and alkanes. With this second physical property over. First physical property, physical state and smell. Second physical property, boiling point of amines. Third one, solubility. The lower members are soluble in water. So as we know, nitrogen is a heteroatom. Comparing the carbon, nitrogen has more electronegativity. So the molecule is polar in nature. When you take amines, this is not completely non-polar. So some polarity is in the molecule, so that amines can make a hydrogen bond with water. when you add lower members of amines like methylamine or ethylamine, if these lower members are added with water, they are soluble in water because they are making hydrogen bonding with water. So water has more electronegative oxygen, amine has least electronegative hydrogen, so intermolecular hydrogen bonding will form. So lower members are soluble in water, but when you take higher members, they are insoluble in water. So molecular mass will gradually increase from methylamine to ethylamine, ethylamine to N-propylamine, N-propylamine to N-butylamine. So gradually molecular mass increases. The nature of alkyl group becomes bulkier. So the alkyl groups are becoming somewhat large. So if they are bulky groups means they are generally hydrophobic in nature. They are water repellent in nature. So these molecules will repel the water. So lower members are soluble in polar solvent water. Higher members will not be soluble in water. They are soluble only in non-polar organic solvents like benzene, ether, and so on. So with this we have completed physical properties of amines. Next, chemical properties are going to be discussed. First, we have to know amine is belonging to the category base. Amine is a base. So in ionic equilibrium lesson, we have studied different acid-base concepts. So we consider Lowry-Bronsted concept and the Lewis concept. So according to Lowry-Bronsted concept, which is a base, if a substance accepts H plus ion, proton acceptor is called a base, isn't it? So amine is a proton acceptor. It can easily accept a proton. It forms an ion. Then according to Lewis concept, if any substance donates a pair of electron, it's called a base. So amines are electron pair donor. So in the amino group, nitrogen has a lone pair of electron. It can be easily donated to the other species. So amine is a base. So one more question, which is a proton acceptor as well as electron pair donor. If it is a base means it will involve in neutralization reaction. Amine is a base, that means which will combine with acid. The reaction will be neutralization reaction. We get salt. So when the aromatic amine, aniline, is combining with the acid, hydrochloric acid, we get the salt anilinium chloride. Next, we are going to study the basic strength of amine. To explain the basic strength of amine, we derive the equilibrium constant first. So consider a primary amine or NH2, a primary amine like methylamine or ethylamine. So we add amine with water, it forms alkyl ammonium ion with a hydroxide ion. If a polar substance is added with water, it provides what? A cation and an anion, like sodium chloride. So the same manner, amine is added with water, it provides a cation as well as anion. So the cation will be alkyl ammonium ion and the anion is a hydroxide ion. So when amine is added with water, we get ions. At one particular situation, the equation becomes equilibrium. The reaction will be a reversible one, and at one particular situation it reaches equilibrium. So at equilibrium condition, we may write equilibrium constant. Okay. So forward reaction is to provide ions. Reverse reaction or backward reaction is to provide amine and water. So if forward and reverse reactions are taking place at equal rate, we call the condition as equilibrium. At equilibrium condition, we may write equilibrium constant. So equilibrium constant Kb is equal to concentration of products divided by concentration of reactant. So what are the products? Alkyl ammonium ion and hydroxide ion. These two are the products. So concentration of cation and anion is mentioned in the numerator. Then concentration of reactant, which is reactant amine. So amine is mentioned in the denominator. So this is called equilibrium constant. We are discussing about the basic nature of amine. So equilibrium constant is also called as basicity constant Kb. So in the last lesson we discussed acid strength of carboxylic acid. We discussed. So while discussing the acid strength of carboxylic acid, if Ka value is more or pKa value is less, then the acid is a stronger acid. We studied like that. for any carboxylic acid, if Ka value is more and its opposite pKa value is less, then the acid is a stronger acid. The same concept is applicable for amines also. This is a base. If the Ka value is more, if the Kb, so here base, so Kb, if the Kb value is more or pKb value is less, then the amine will be a strong base. So the same concept is applicable here also, right? So larger the pKb value or smaller the pKb value, then the base will be a stronger base. Okay. So for that, a table or column is given. Primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine. Their pKb values have given. We will discuss later. Next, what are the factors which influences basic nature of amine? So which has more basic nature, that we can find easily. So there are some factors which influences the basic nature of amine. So we take ammonia. So amines are the derivatives of ammonia. From the ammonia we are getting amines. By replacing the hydrogen in ammonia, we are getting amines. So take the simple example, ammonia first. Ammonia is a base which is a proton acceptor as well as electron pair donor. So that when ammonia is added with any acid which accepts H plus ion, or else we can say it donates a pair of electron to H plus ion, it forms a cation, ammonium ion, NH4 plus. The same process is applicable for amine. Amine is a derivative of ammonia. So when you take a primary amine, when primary amine is added with acid which donates a pair of electron to H plus, it forms alkyl ammonium ion. Okay. So this is the ion obtained from primary amine, or NH2 is a primary amine. From primary amine we have obtained this cation. In the same manner we can get it from secondary amine as well as tertiary amine. Now we are going to compare the basic strength of these three amines. Basic strength of primary amine, secondary amine, tertiary amine. All the three will be compared. So here we discuss about plus I effect, isn't it? So inductive effect is an electron displacement effect. Based on the displacement of electron, the effect may be plus I as well as minus I effect. So we studied this already. If electron withdrawing group is present, the electron displacement is called minus inductive effect, minus I. If electron releasing groups like alkyl group, methyl group, ethyl group, if electron releasing groups present, the electron displacement is called what? Plus inductive effect or plus I effect. So now we are going to explain the basic strength of primary, secondary and tertiary amine based on plus I effect. So according to plus I effect, this is plus I effect, isn't it? Electrons are moving from alkyl group into nitrogen. Comparing the carbon, nitrogen has more electronegativity. So the bonded pair of electrons are moving towards nitrogen, as well as this alkyl group is electron releasing group, so that electrons are moving towards nitrogen. So if electron releasing group is present, electron density around nitrogen will be more. Around nitrogen, more electron density means easily it will donate a pair of electron to H plus. So basic strength is explained based on how fast it donates a pair of electron to other species. If the nitrogen is donating a pair of electron in a fast manner, then it is a stronger base. So comparing ammonia, primary amine has more basic strength. Why? Ammonia has 3 hydrogen atoms only, but when you take primary amine, one electron releasing group is there, 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 electron releasing group. So comparing ammonia, primary amine is more basic due to electron releasing group. So there will be a plus inductive effect. Due to plus I effect, electron density around nitrogen will be more, so that nitrogen can donate a pair of electron easily to the other species to form cation. Now consider secondary amine. In secondary amine, 2 alkyl group and 1 hydrogen will be bonded with nitrogen. So in that case, due to the presence of 2 electron releasing alkyl group, easily nitrogen donates a pair of electron to other species. So basic strength will increase from primary to secondary. secondary to tertiary. This is our expectation. According to plus I effect, if electron releasing alkyl groups are increasing, basic strength will be increased. Comparing ammonia, primary amine has one alkyl group, so more basic in nature. Comparing primary amine, secondary amine has two alkyl group. Their electron releasing due to plus I effect, basic strength will be more for secondary amine than primary amine. Comparing secondary amine, tertiary amine has three alkyl group, no hydrogen atoms. So it will have more basic strength. So this is our expectation. So that here it is given as expected order of basicity. We expect that comparing primary amine, secondary amine has more basic strength due to two alkyl group. Comparing secondary, tertiary amine has more basic strength due to the presence of three electron releasing alkyl group. But this is not a correct order. When we explain the basic strength based on only plus I effect, we won't get correct order of basicity. So we have to consider some other factors. What are the other factors which are responsible for the basic strength of amines? See this table column. So in this table column, there are some mistakes in book. Just to change it in book. First, this is methylamine. Okay, CH3NH2. You change it in your book. CH3NH2. For methylamine, pKb value 3.38. Next, methylamine is a primary amine. Then CH3 twice times NH. This is secondary amine. Dimethylamine, pKb value 3.28. Then third one, CH3 thrice times. Outside the bracket, you just to mention number 3 as a subscript. So two mistakes are in book. You just to change it. CH3 thrice times N. This is a tertiary amine. So trimethylamine, the pKb value is 4.22. So we compare these three values. So what is the expected order of basic strength of amine? Comparing primary, secondary will have more basic strength. That means pKb value has to decrease. Comparing primary amine, secondary amine should have lower pKb value, but basic strength will be more. Comparing tertiary amine should have lower pKb value, but basic strength will be more. This is the expected order. So as we expect, comparing primary amine, secondary amine is more basic. pKb value reduces from 3.38 to 3.28. pKb value decreases, so basic strength increases. Then what is the next expectation? From secondary to tertiary, pKb value has to decrease, basic strength has to increase. But here it is not taking place like this. pKb value is increased 3.28 into 4.22. So pKb value increased means comparing secondary amine, tertiary amine is less basic in nature. So our expected order is not a correct order. Okay. So we explained this based on what effect? Basic strength of primary, secondary, tertiary amine is explained based on plus I effect. So when you consider only plus inductive effect, the order will not be the correct order. So we have to think about some other factors. So two factors can be discussed now. One is solvation effect or hydration effect. Another one is steric effect or steric hindrance. So along with the plus I effect, we have steric effect as well as hydration effect. Okay. So take solvation effect. So solvation effect means if amine is added with water, it forms an ammonium ion. If a primary amine is added with water, it forms alkyl ammonium ion. So this alkyl ammonium ion will be surrounded by the water molecules because water is a polar one and the ammonium ion is also polar in nature. So these ions will be surrounded by water molecules, right? How this process is taking place? Consider primary amine. So primary amine is added with water, it forms ammonium ion, alkyl ammonium ion. So there are 3 hydrogen atoms here. So when primary amine is added with water, it forms ammonium ion containing 3 hydrogen atoms. What is the nature of hydrogen ion? Will it have slightly positive charge or negative charge? This will have slightly positive charge because nitrogen is more electronegative in nature. This is not complete positive, complete negative, partial positive and negative. We already explained. So due to electronegativity difference, hydrogen has low electronegativity, so it gets slightly positive charge. Nitrogen has more electronegativity. Then this is water molecule, H2O. So in water molecule, hydrogen has slightly positive charge, oxygen has slightly negative charge because of electronegativity difference. Oxygen is the more electronegative atom, so oxygen has slightly negative charge, delta minus. So there is a force of attraction between the less electronegative hydrogen of ammonium ion and more electronegative oxygen of water molecule. So this is a type of hydrogen bonding. We call this, it's called a solvation. Solvation is the process of surrounding a molecule or ion by the water molecule. If a water molecule is surrounding one particular ion or a molecule, means the process is called a solvation. During the solvation process, a force of attraction will exist between the molecule and the water molecules. Okay. So now when we take primary amine in water, so this alkyl ammonium ion is having 3 hydrogen atoms, so 3 water molecules will surround this. Then move into the secondary amine. Secondary amine has less number of hydrogen, right? So when the secondary amine forms ammonium ion, number of hydrogen atoms only 2, so 2 water molecules will only surround it. Then in tertiary amine, due to the formation of tertiary alkyl ammonium ion, only 1 hydrogen exists, so only 1 water molecule will surround it. So when bulky groups are increasing, the solvation effect decreases. So the surrounding of water molecule around the ion is decreasing, so stability decreases. Solvation effect increases means stability will increase, basic strength will increase. Solvation effect decreases means number of water molecules surrounding decreases. That means the solvation effect decreases, so stability will be decreased. Okay. So based on the solvation effect, primary amine, what is the next expectation? Due to solvation effect, primary amine may have more basic strength than the secondary. Comparing tertiary, secondary may have more basic strength. So based on solvation effect, how much molecules of water surrounding the ion. So primary ammonium ion surrounded by more water molecules, more solvation effect, more stability, so more basic strength will be for primary amine. This is the next expectation. So based on plus I effect, we have framed one order of basicity of amines. Next, based on solvation effect, this can be the basicity order. Comparing tertiary, secondary may have more basic strength. Comparing secondary, primary amines may have more basic strength. This is another expected order of basicity of amines. And what is the third factor I said already? Steric effect, steric hindrance. That means between the groups, how there is a steric factor. So steric factor will be very high in tertiary amine because 3 bulky groups present in the tertiary amine, R3N, isn't it? So 3 bulky groups present in tertiary. So steric effect or steric hindrance will be predominant in that. Steric effect will be more means stability will be less. Then steric effect will be less in primary, only 1 alkyl group. So will be medium in secondary. Okay, so 3 factors. One is plus I effect, electron releasing groups. Number 2, solvation effect or hydration effect. The stability of ammonium ion in water can be explained based on solvation effect. Third one is steric effect. By combining all the 3 effects, what is the correct order of basicity of amine? So this will be slightly changed for different amine. You take first methyl substituted amine. Okay, first we take methyl substituted amine, ammonia. One hydrogen is replaced by a methyl group, we get primary amine. One more hydrogen is replaced by methyl group, secondary amine. Then one more hydrogen will be replaced by methyl group, we get tertiary amine. So this is the replacement order. From ammonia, each hydrogen will be replaced by a methyl group. So we may write now basicity order of amines. So ammonia is the least basic one. Okay, ammonia is the least basic one. Comparing ammonia, tertiary amine, trimethylamine has more basic strength. Comparing tertiary amine, primary amine has more basic strength. Methylamine has more basic strength. Comparing primary amine, secondary amine has more basic strength. Dimethylamine. So this is for methyl substituted products of ammonia. Now take another order. This is ethyl substituted products of ammonia. If hydrogen is replaced by ethyl group, we get primary, secondary and tertiary amines. So the least basic one is ammonia. Comparing ammonia, primary amine, ethylamine has more basic strength. Comparing ethylamine, tertiary amine, that is triethylamine has more basic strength. Comparing triethylamine, secondary amine, that means diethylamine has more basic strength. So considering the three factors, plus I effect, solvation effect, steric effect, we have arranged order of basicity of amine. For methyl substituted amine, one order. For ethyl substituted products, we have another order. Whatever may be that, which is having more basic strength, secondary amine. So always secondary amine is having more basic strength. So this is a public one more question. Okay, which amine has more basic strength? Secondary amine. Comparing primary and tertiary, secondary amine has more basic strength. Next, basic strength for aromatic amine, right? So when you take aniline, aniline is having very least basic strength, so very weak base. Comparing ammonia, this is weak base because of delocalization of electron. So nitrogen has a lone pair of electron. The lone pair of electron will not be a localized one, will be present in the form of delocalized. So the pair of electron on nitrogen will be delocalizing in the benzene ring. So due to the delocalization of the electrons, easily it won't donate a pair of electron. So delocalization of electron restricts the donation of pair of electron. So basic strength is less for the aromatic amines like aniline. Comparing ammonia, then when other substituent present, we can compare the basic strength of aniline with the substituted products. If you have any other substituents, based on the substituent, basic strength will be changed. Okay, so the substituent may be electron releasing group or electron withdrawing group. If electron releasing groups present, nitrogen can donate electrons easily. So if electron releasing groups present, basic strength will be more for the substituted aniline. Okay, if electron withdrawing group is present, comparing aniline, basic strength will decrease. So a tabular column is given here. So take first column, methyl group. So electron releasing group, pKb value 9.60. You take chlorine. So electron withdrawing group, pKb value 11.25. So in aniline, if we have a substituent methyl, due to electron releasing tendency of methyl, pKb value is very less, 9.60. So this is more basic. If chlorine is present, this is electron withdrawing. So nitrogen cannot easily lose a pair of electron. So pKb value is more, 11.25. So this is weak base. Okay. So by combining all the molecules, the correct order of basicity is given here. The least basic is aryl amines like aniline. Next one, comparing aryl amines, N or alkyl amine has more basic strength. Okay. So this is substituted aromatic amine. Then comparing that, ammonia has more basic strength. comparing ammonia or alkyl amine like benzyl amine has more basic strength. Comparing that aliphatic amines, alkyl amines will have more basic strength. So this is the order of basicity of amines. One more question. So with this we complete today's portion. So today we have completed a preparation of amines, physical properties of amines. In the chemical properties introduction part we have completed. Basic strength of amine we completed. Reactions we will see tomorrow. Thank you.